What's up, guys? So, got you guys a little story today. Over the many years of airbrushing, sometimes you get just some interesting projects. Sometimes the customer's interesting. In this particular case, the whole story is kind of funny and kind of interesting, or not funny. But that'll be for you to decide. Alright guys, so what I got here is some good old-fashioned bongs. Now this was a particularly interesting project that we were doing for somebody, and the whole story around these is kind of great. This is the story of Panda Pipes. So what we have here is a customer who had an idea for a business that he was going to start, and I'll get to why he never got it off the ground. But this gentleman, who was a former judge in Tennessee, he had retired, and he had come down with cancer. So he ended up using medical marijuana to get by. So he thought it was very medicinal, and he enjoyed the benefits of it. Anyway, he moved up out here to Colorado, and one of the things he wanted to do was open up a bong business called Panda Pipes. Now these particular pipes are made out of bamboo, so it's hollowed out, or bamboo's already hollowed, but he managed a way to actually turn these into functioning bongs, and it's really cool, made out of wood, and because it is bamboo, it is water resistant, so it doesn't get all ugly like wood does with water, even though these are technically wood. Or grass, as some people actually have noted to me in the past, and he did as well. Again, I won't say his name because out of respect and all that stuff. But he moved all the way out here to Colorado, enjoyed his medical marijuana, and he had the idea for these Panda Pipes that we were painting for him. So he was in the process of making these, and we were painting them for him. So I was going in and putting these cool designs on them. As you see, it says Panda Pipes right here, and these were really great. And we did end up doing about 25 of them for him. And these are what's left of them. So I always tell you guys to make sure you get a deposit up front on your work, and make sure you get paid and stuff somehow. Now Panda Pipes here, I never actually charged him, right? So he came, he dropped off a bunch of these that he had already made and built and attached this glass mechanism to, right? And then we agreed on all kinds of stuff, doing this one, and this was supposed to be like his showcase piece because it has the panda hiding in the bamboo bushes, and this is one that I just kind of put skulls on with using a stencil. And the whole point was that we were going to try to mass produce these. He was going to keep making them, bringing them so that I could paint them, and then he was going to go out and sell them. Right? So we got all of them painted. He brought in 25. We painted them all up. We had them all ready. And then Mr. Panda Pipes, he never showed back up for his pipes. So after a few days, obviously, of the agreed upon date, I tried to get a hold of him. I gave him a call, sent him some messages, left him some voicemails. We never heard back. Right? So then, about around that same time, a few days after we hadn't heard from him, there was a murder in town. And we did not know this at the time, but apparently Mr. Panda Pipes had a pretty big house, and he had taken on a roommate in this house. And like I said, he was indulging in the medical marijuana. What we did know at the time is that he was also growing marijuana in the basement of his home. Apparently large quantities of good marijuana. I don't know, whatever. But his roommate took it upon herself to murder Mr. Panda Pipes and try to make off with some money and other things he had there. And we found this out through the news, and we ended up trying to get a hold of Mr. Panda Pipes' family and see if they had any interest in picking these up or anything. Again, I had not made $1 at this point on this project because me being a trusting person and this old man who seemed very, I mean, he obviously had a condition, but he seemed to be very healthy, and you know, he obviously seemed to have money and was very serious about this project. Like he was very, very serious about this project. You could tell in his demeanor and all the work he put in to getting these ready and brought them in. He had little stickers made, you know, see where he said Panda Pipes, and he had, oh look, the glue's kind of failing on me there. But he had these made, which he had them in the box when he brought them in and everything like that. And he's like, after you paint it, make sure you add one of these, and that'll make it official. And yeah, he ended up getting murdered during the time that I had these and I was going to paint them. So that is the story of Mr. Panda Pipes, but it doesn't end there. So then we had 25 of these sitting around, and we had, like, I smoke a little marijuana, but not 25 bongs worth of marijuana. That's a lot of extra pipes, you know. So I took it upon myself, and I felt like it was Mr. Panda Pipe's dream to actually get these out into the wild, into people's hands, and maybe transfer the idea. So we took it upon ourselves to sell all of these in order to make the money back that I, you know, or for the time that I had spent actually painting them. These two here I decided to keep because these were actually the ones, you know, obviously I had more input on this one, and this one's been used. We ceremoniously smoked out of this a couple times to commemorate Mr. Panda Pipes. But this one here was also, I kept it because this was supposed to be like the main piece or whatever. His like showcase piece to show off to people. It has a bamboo stand here. Really cool. And just a really cool idea. But that's how I ended up making my money back on the Panda Pipes project that I never charged for. And Mr. Panda Pipes got his dream, getting his pipes being sold and people loving them, and a lot of the people that came and picked them up just absolutely just were ecstatic that they were made out of bamboo. It was a really big deal. We sold them all in about, you know, 10 to 15 days. So he obviously had a pretty good idea. And yeah. Anyway, guys, hope you guys like that story. And a reminder to always take a little cash up front. Make sure you're getting, you know, at least your material money in your pocket before you get started. Hope you guys like that story. We'll see you guys in the next one. Later.